Hi, thank you so much for getting on this evening and just taking the time to learn more about Arbonne and what Arbonne has to offer. My name is Julianne Lagerstrom. I am an independent consultant, executive national vice president with Arbonne, and this is one of my favorite things to do is to share about what all Arbonne has to offer because I think that at first glance, most people think that, oh, it's a skincare company or they have nutrition products, but they don't really know a lot about what Arbonne really is about, who we are, what our mission is, and all of the array of products that we have, as well as, most importantly to me, the business behind it. Because when I was introduced to Arbonne, I definitely did not think that it was something that I would be interested in from a business plan and like from making an income. It wasn't important to me. I didn't think it was a fit. And that may be true for you. But it wasn't until I learned more about it that I started putting the pieces together. And I absolutely realized that this was exactly what I was looking for, but it just was wrapped in a different package than I expected. So I just want you to feel comfortable to sit back, relax, and listen to the information. And the best thing about this is that this is about you. Nobody is trying to convince you of anything or manipulate anything. It's just to make sure that you are aware of your options and that you know what's available to you, because then you can make an educated decision. You can decide in what ways you want to participate or not. And I believe knowledge is power. So I'm really passionate about people knowing and having a full scope of who we are and what we're really about. So I'm going to share my screen where I'm going to show a PowerPoint presentation to keep me on track. And so one of the great things is that Arbonne's mission, what we are all about, what our founder, Peter Mork, what he was so passionate about was people being able to live their best life. And I love this quote because this is absolutely who we are and what Arbonne does. Arbonne transforms lives through pure, botanically based ingredients in scientifically tested products, a pure, healthy lifestyle, and the pure joy of helping others. When I was introduced to the products, I didn't even wash my face on a regular basis. I thought that was really high maintenance. And I was turning 30 and I went to listen to a friend share about Arbonne, and she was explaining to me the philosophy and the whole idea of taking care of yourself and taking care of your skin and your body. And it's really looking good and feeling good comes from the inside out, but you've got to take care of both. And we all have skin and hair. And what are we putting in and on our bodies on a daily basis actually does make a difference. The ingredients that are used make a difference. And Arbonne's been around since 1980. So we kind of know something about pure, safe, and beneficial, and having a clean, pure product that actually delivers results. So as there are more and more companies that are thankfully starting to clean up their formulas, this is what Arbonne has always done. This is what we've always been about. Because did you know that your skin is your largest organ? That within 26 seconds of putting something on your skin, it's absorbed into your bloodstream. And just think about that for a minute, because if you think about getting ready in the day, you're using so many things and you're using on a daily basis. So what we are putting on our bodies is just as important as what we're putting in our bodies. And we're just overloaded with toxins. And finally, people are starting to get educated. But one of my favorite things is to let people know, when you know that you should be caring about ingredients and you do care, but trying to keep up with everything and read all the ingredient lists and, make sure that the products that you're using are great. It gets a little exhausting. This is hitting the easy button for so many people because we kind of have personal care wrapped up in a bow. Arbonne really has so much for you. And so I want to show you the wide range of consumable products that we have, because so many people know of Arbonne for their skincare. right? And so many people are starting to get to know Arbonne through our incredible nutrition products. But did you know that we have hair care? Did you know we have aromatherapy, a baby line? We have body care. We have makeup, that we have a phytosport line. Did you know that? I want you to think, if you were to take a laundry basket around your home and put every product that you use that Arbonne has an equivalent for, did you know you would literally have a laundry basket full of products? And very few people really know what the company stands for, what the ingredient policy is, their ethical standards, their quality standards, that they can always get a discount whenever they purchase, and know that they're getting such a huge value, as well as if you decide to tell some people about it, you can actually make a little bit of money. Very few people have that. And that's really what this is. It's introducing people to an amazing brand of products that maybe it's not going to be everything that you use, but you should try it. I remember when I purchased the RE9 skincare, which is our anti-aging line. I remember I told my friends, I was like, well, I'm going to use this. And I did decide to start, talking to people about Arbonne and sharing, because I understood the business behind it because of my good friend, Jody, which I'll explain in a minute. But I said to my friends, I was like, I'm not going to be one of those weirdos that everything I have is Arbonne, because that's weird. Well, here's the hilarious thing. Over time, when I figured out that I got a discount on it, that it was something that I could get paid on when I'm personally using it, I started thinking, well, maybe I should try their bronzer. Maybe I should try their lotion. Maybe I should try their shampoo. Maybe I should try that protein shake. And what was so fantastic for me, because I wasn't going to lower my standards on the products that I wanted to be using, it was that the Arbonne products that I used, I loved them. And so I'm a total confessed product junkie, where pretty much everything, if Arbonne has it, I use it, because their products are the best, and I know what they stand for. I know the ingredient policy. I know that, guess what? If I don't like it, I can return it within 45 days and get my money back. And the integrity of that is really meaningful to me. And so it also became clear, well, gosh, I really like this stuff, and I think it's really good for you. And I know it's not the only thing out there. There's all sorts of options, but I love what this has done for my skin and for my body. Maybe you should check it out. And it just became this very easy thing of, well, if I don't have to feel like I'm pushing it on people or pressuring people or thinking that I have to make sure and sell like a ton of products, like if you're really telling me that there's an income to be made, then I'll listen to that, because in this world, we operate off of networking. We refer and recommend all the time, like truly, like all the time. You just don't get paid for it. And I started really figuring that out. And I thought, gosh, I really have recommended so many different products to so many different stores, restaurants, doctors, like you name it. And I didn't necessarily get a thank you check. But in this, if my friend Susie likes the lotion just as much as I do, and she can get it at a discount too, and Arbonne's going to say, hey, thanks, Julianne, for sharing it with Susie, like, that's pretty cool. I definitely like to recommend and share things with the people that I love and people that I know, and even people that I don't know very well. I don't want people to make a mistake. Like if you've had a bad experience, you totally talk about it, right? And if you've had a great experience, you talk about it. And this is people being introduced to a company that there are all sorts of products to choose from, and you can start shifting some of the dollars that you're currently spending where I probably would bet you don't get a discount, and to a brand that you can trust that you do get a discount. And if you share it, you could get paid, which is kind of nice. So what does that mean, you could get paid? Well, there's a range, and obviously it depends on how much is being ordered from Arbonne and going somewhere in your network. One of the biggest things that I needed to know is I was like, oh gosh, am I going to be a delivery person? Is this something where I have to have like a closet full of stuff and I have inventory? There's no inventory in Arbonne, no inventory other than the things that you personally are using yourself or you want to use to market your business. Okay. And this is online. And people order in their jammies and it gets shipped directly to them, even if they live 2 doors down from me. I don't deliver products. When this came into my life, I was working very, very full time. And I had a great job in corporate America, made a very good income. I even had a company car. I mean, I was really blessed. But here's what I want to ask you. I don't know if you are anything like where I was at when Arbonne was introduced to me. But if I would have stopped to think about it, are you surviving or are you thriving? Because I really felt blessed. I was very grateful. I did enjoy my job. There were lots of things that I liked about it, but I have to tell you, I was totally surviving. And I feel like I was like this, surviving. And I also didn't feel like I had an out, like I didn't have an exit. Like this is kind of how it was going to be for a while. And I could hope and wish that something was going to change. But that change was going to be years and years out. Like it wasn't just going to happen unless somehow we miraculously win the lottery. And we know what our chances are for that, right? So are you thriving in your life? Like really thriving? Or are you just surviving? Because even if you're fine, I was fine. I was completely fine. There wasn't something totally messed up in my life. I wasn't completely miserable in my job, but I was not bounding out of bed. I wasn't feeling like I was making an impact in other people's lives, let alone really establishing something that was going to be really meaningful to me and my family and allow me freedom and flexibility that I had never dreamed. So this may not be a fit for you from a business perspective, which is completely fine. But I feel like it's really important to evaluate because I think it's a Sunday night. Tomorrow's Monday. I don't know if you work from home or if you get up and go somewhere or you are the chief family officer and you're just running around like crazy. I don't know where you're at, but I know that no matter what you have going on in your life, this is something that if there's something that speaks to you tonight, you can do this. You can fit it in. It is not crazy. You can absolutely do this from an income perspective and be somewhere different in a year, 3 years, 5 years than if you just continue on the path that you're on. And too many times we get so focused on today and tomorrow and maybe this week that we don't really think about like, am I really headed where I want to go? Am I really like on the march to the life of my dreams? Do I feel valued? I feel like these are really important questions. And who would have thought that I would have found this and so many people find the answer to those questions in a small Swiss nutrition, health and wellness skincare company? Like, who would have thought? So I put this compensation slide up because I think it's very important for people to know that there is a range of what's available. And for many people, it's a great discount, even upgrading to consultant and having no thought of wanting to make an income, but just a super great, discount to making a few $100s a month, which is the first bump in commission. And people do that really quickly. You can read the slide. So district manager is the first. The next is area. There's a range. You can see what the lowest to the highest is. But I remember thinking an area manager, the average being $1,300. I was like, for a part-time thing that you're working in the nooks and crannies, like, I'm sorry, what? Because that's over $1,000 at the time. That was really meaningful. Like that really goes places. And I don't know anyone who would say that $1,000 is meaningless. I don't know anyone that would say $500 is meaningless. Like every little bit helps. So the next bump is regional vice president. You can see the average there is $5,300. Like that, like when you go from the lowest to the highest, like in that upper end, that was what I was making in corporate America. And I did not have flexibility, and I could not make my own pay raise, and I could not add on extra vacation days or PTO time, however you refer to it. And it was not something that I could will to my family if something happened to me where my income would keep going, which you can do actually, as you see at the area manager level. It's a willable business. How do the wealthy get wealthy, wealthier? Well, they're really smart with their money, and they make their money work for them. And they have things that are willable to their loved ones. And most people don't have access to that. But in Arbonne, you do have access to something like that. It's crazy. So national vice president is the top level. I'm an executive national vice president. There's a whole bunch of us. There's several hundred. And there's so room for more, because Arbonne is like a blip when you look at the world, and we're only in 7 countries. We are just starting to break a sweat. Like, we are just getting going. And so many other network marketing companies, they're already in 60 countries or more. I mean, it's crazy. So national vice president, that's very meaningful money. That's absolutely life-changing. And it's unreal to have the ability to give when you feel compelled to give, and to be able to bless because you've been so blessed. And we're really about people living their best life and meeting people where they're at. It's not all about the money, but goodness, money is up there with oxygen. And when you do have resources and financial resources, you're able to do so much more, right? And it takes so much stress and anxiety off of you. So I really quickly just want to talk about what do we actually do? Like, kind of what's the game plan? Because that was one of my fears, was what would I have to do if I actually did something like this? Because I thought it's probably going to be something that I would never, ever, ever, ever do. So, it'll be a no-go. Well, this is what we do. We teach people to find 5 new clients each month that want to do the nutrition program or buy a skincare set. Okay. And in that, you're going to want to find a minimum of 3 people, minimum of 3. You can have as many as you want, but a minimum of 3 people who would also want to join in the game plan of finding 5 as their goal. And what happens out of that duplication is pretty crazy. You can look here at just the example of month 1. You just found 5 people who want to, do the nutrition. Let's just say they want to do the 30-day program, and your commission is $225. Do you know how many people know so many people that are looking to look better, feel better? I mean, like so many, right? Like, it's everywhere. Everybody's looking for what Arbonne has to offer. And then month 2, this person found 3 people who are like, oh my goodness, this is too simple. I want to do this too. And that next month you made $500. And then the following month, with all of these people going, you made $1,500. And it's like, oh, wow. And it can keep going. The numbers get crazy. It's an example of the power of having some people, like a lot of people doing some work versus a few people doing a ton of work. And the power of 4 people working 10 hours a week versus 1 person working 40. Okay. This is not some kind of scam. It's not a pyramid thing at all. This is totally up to you. It's like your lottery ticket and what you want to do with it. But when I saw the plan, I was like, well, I can for sure find 5 people who'd be interested in really awesome skincare or nutrition. And I can sure as heck find other people who are like me, where I'm making great money and, there's great things about it, but I don't think I want to do this forever. I don't think I want to do this for the next 20 years. I think there are more things in life that are important to me. And I want to be able to help other people also get what I want and what I think they want. And everybody wins. It's a pretty cool concept. So it's simple, but you might be like, oh, you make it sound really easy. It's not easy. And here's why it's not easy is because typically for humans, we overcomplicate things. And it really truly is this simple of a plan, but you can get in your head. This is totally like a workout program. It really, like, doing the workouts isn't the hard part. It's getting to the gym, right? Like, actually doing the workout isn't as hard as it is between your home and the entry of the gym. And that's the rub. Like, it's kind of like, do you have a perspective that you're your own boss? So you have to make yourself go. Like, you have to make yourself put it out there and just share. But my favorite thing was when my friend Jody, when she was explaining this to me, she was like, Julianne, you're not going to try to manipulate or coerce some kind of sales or whatever. Your job is just to educate people. Just let people know what's available. No one will know about Arbonne and really know about Arbonne unless you open your mouth and share and just say, hey, it's okay wherever you fall, but at least know what's available. And then whatever you do with it, totally up to you. And that's true for tonight. What you watching this, like, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's great. And if you're just loving using the products, oh my gosh, so awesome. And just experiment, go and like try other things, put other things in your shopping cart that you haven't tried before, because you get a 45-day guarantee, because there's nothing to lose and so much to gain when you make things simple and you know that you're getting really, really high quality product, right? So there are 5 simple steps to success in this business. The first is becoming an independent consultant. And the cost is $79, but actually right now, I'm doing this in October. There's an awesome special right now where you can get that fee waived. So if you're interested in potentially maybe dipping your pinky toe into something like this, seeing how it goes, this is the time you want to do it. Like, for sure. Okay. So ask your consultant about that. But number 2, is you just need to talk to people about the business and the products, not one or the other, both. Just let people decide if either option or both are something for them, or if it's nothing. It's okay. This world is filled with people who have skin and hair, and also people who want something more out of their life, or want to do something different, or feel like they're in control versus just being a yes person. Okay. Number 3 is you want to sell or personally consume your personal quota so that you get paid, which is so low. And that's where my friend Jody, the light bulb went off for her. She was like, it wasn't like thousands of dollars of product in order to get your paycheck. It was so low that you can consume it yourself. And most consultants do, in order to get your paycheck. So it wasn't this thought of like, and you have to sell a lot. No, yeah, I mean, products need to be sold. They need to go someplace, but it's not what you think. And it's at such a smaller scale, and it's such a doable thing that it's kind of crazy. Promoting to district managers, the first bump in commission, that's step number 4. We teach you how to do that. And number 5 is finding those 3+ people that want to make an income too, helping them do steps 1 through 4. That's it. That's what this is. And literally doing that got me to national vice president. You can do it quickly. You can do it slow. I've seen both. I did it quickly. I really got it, and I went after it. And not that people who do it slowly don't go after it, but there's just, everybody's journey is their journey. Everybody, anyone who's going through a workout program, their journey is going to look different. Every single person, their journey in that workout program is going to look different from each other. But there are averages, but I love that there's the ability to do it fast and to do it slow. It doesn't matter. Did you know that 98% of people who stick with a network marketing company and they're active with it, and they are building an income stream, just sharing with people, and they're consistent, after 10 years, end up at that top level where you're making crazy money? That's incredible. Like, I don't know anything where you can stick with it for 10 years and you have those kind of odds. Like, nothing. The network marketing industry has created more millionaires than any other industry out there. Any other industry. And this industry is literally just getting going. So for you, the question is like, what speaks to you? You may have a lot of fears about doing something from an income perspective. But if there's something that's tugging at you, if you're not totally satisfied with where your life is headed, you should really vet this out. Like, ask the questions, figure it out. This may not be a fit, but you deserve to know versus just making a quick judgment. I was terrified personally to go on this venture. I was very, very worried that I would have to be some psycho and that people, like, it would ruin my relationships and no one would want to talk to me or be friends with me because I'd always be trying to sell them Arbonne. And I just want you to know, like, that's not what this is. And I have not lost relationships. I've gained a ton. I have actually some of the most meaningful relationships out of this than I could have ever imagined. And I really, really love what I do. And it's fine if somebody doesn't want to purchase from me. Like, we teach you how to do this in a way that works for you. And, but it works. So I would just want to encourage you, like, even if you have fears, look into it. Life's too short and it's too precious, and too much time gets wasted. And we act as if we have all this time, and we talk about someday I'm going to do this, someday I'm going to do that. Someday doesn't exist. You know that, right? Like, if you open up your calendar, there is no day that's named someday. In order to get something different, you have to do something different. And usually it's totally out of your comfort zone. But the rewards can be absolutely astronomical. And the downside for this, I realized, was absolutely nothing. I mean, it was minimal. Like, I knew I liked the products. I just thought this is kind of a no-brainer. So don't overthink it. It's kind of like a gym membership. Like, do you want to join and check it out for the next however many months? And be a sponge? Do it. Nobody's making a career change. Nobody's buying a new house or signing a bank loan. Like, just see. But if you're content with where you're at and you just love our philosophy of who we are and what we're all about, and we would just really want to serve you to make your life better from the inside out, helping you live the most vibrant, healthy, radiant life you can, then have at it and have a ball ordering our products. I so appreciate your time tonight. Dream big. You are where you are today because of the choices you made yesterday. And if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years, in 3 years? Where would you be? I was able to quit my corporate job 7 months after starting my Arbonne business. This company has absolutely changed my life and changed my family's life in such powerful ways. And I'm so glad that I said yes, even though I was scared. And so I just want to encourage you to take the leap. And instead of asking yourself, what if it doesn't work for me? What if it does? What would that life look like? If you could design your day, what would your day look like if you had control of the pen? And it's not that you wouldn't of course you'd be productive, but what would it look like? On a daily basis, I live my day based on my priorities and what's important to me and with my family. And I'm forever grateful. And my favorite thing to do is to pay it forward to other people. So thank you so much for listening, joining me tonight. I so appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. And I hope that you take the leap, a leap of faith that there's something better out there. And it's not bad to want more. You just have to take the leap to do it. Thank you so much. Good night.